Good morning children, welcome to the lab of ACS Narva Pahar. This is the class 11th practical. Now in the class 11th practical, today I am going to explain experiment related to the spotting part. Now first of all, first you learn what is the spotting part. Now spotting means here you will be provided with a slide in the exam, okay, and you can see here the name of the particular specimen present here in that slide it is written. So during the exam you will find the slide will be covered with the paper, it will be wrapped down so that it can hide the name of the particular specimen. Now this particular slide will be placed under the microscope and you have to observe the under this, and you have to identify the particular specimen present in the slide, then you have to name it, then you have to draw the diagram and you have to label it, and also you have to write the identifying features about that, okay. So this is called spotting. Now today I am going to tell you about this aim, that is to study diversity in animal tissues through permanent slides, okay. So here the animal tissues which we have taken, one is the squamous epithelium, other one is the muscle fibers. Now muscle fibers, they are of three types. So one is the skeletal muscles, this is also known as striated muscles, okay. Then next one is the smooth muscles, which is also known as the unstriated muscles, and third one is the cardiac muscles. Then one more slide will be there, and that will be of blood smear. Materials required for this experiment are, one is the permanent slides. Now permanent slides, as I told here, we are going to learn today 5 permanent slides. So in that, one is your squamous epithelium, and next is the striated muscle, then unstriated muscle, then the cardiac muscle, and one more is there, that is the human blood smear. So total 5 permanent slides we are going to learn today. So this is your permanent slides, this is one of the material required. Another material is here, that is the compound microscope. So there are actually 2 materials are required. Along with that you can take your lab manual so that you can see that the diagram and the comments which are written in your lab manual. You can take your lab manual, you can see from the lab manual the comments whether it is matching with those identifying features or not, those things you have to see. And another, you can take one notebook and your pencil, so that whatever you are seeing under the microscope, you draw the diagram and you write down the identifying features. Clear? These are the materials required. This is the squamous epithelium. Now here these slides are permanent slides, okay. Now permanent slides means we don't have to prepare the slide, already it is prepared. So what we have to do here, that we have to take the slide, we have to place it under the compound microscope, okay. So suppose now I have taken here the squamous epithelium. Now this slide I will take. Now I will place here, this is the compound microscope, this is the stage of the microscope. Now here I will place it. Now then you will find that these clips I will put. Next I have to go to this body of the microscope. Now here you can see here the quartz gauge or knob, you can say. This is the quartz adjustment, okay. So by the help of this you will find that I can move it down or up, like that this movement can be possible. Then here you will find the eyepiece is there. So this eyepiece I am placing here. So through this eyepiece I have to see under it the slide. Now while seeing under the slide, I have to do one more thing. The mirror present here, you can see here the mirror present here, I have to adjust in such a way that the light should fall on the mirror and that light should reflect and it should pass through this particular point, okay. Here is a gap is there. Okay. So, the light will pass through it and it will pass through the specimen present here, so that we can able to see the image properly. Then next, here you can see this particular part, this is called the nose piece, and in this nose piece here you can see here these are the magnifying glasses, magnifying lenses are present here. So, this magnifying lens, so whichever lens I require I have to adjust here, it is a rotable, okay, it can rotate, clear. So, whichever lens I require I can rotate and I can fix. Now, I have fixed here like this. Then by the help of this adjustment, this is that coarse adjustment, I will move in this way towards the down and I will fix it, and then I will observe this particular slide. Now, in the same manner you have to see all the permanent slides, like this is the striated one. Same manner you have to take the striated one. The same manner you have to go for the next, that is the unstriated one. In the same manner again you have to go for the cardiac muscle, and one more is there, that is the blood smear, that is the human blood smear. And here after placing all these things, next what you have to do, you have to take your notebook and your pencil, and then you have whatever you are observing here, that you have to draw here, clear. This is all about the this experiment. Now I will tell you about the how to observe and what are the comments you are going to write. Okay. Children, now come to the observations and comments. Spatial squamous epithelium tissue, in that the cells are, you can see here, flat, thin cells and irregular boundaries. The cells are fitted edge to edge, and there you can see, though there is no intercellular spaces. Cells, in that you can see here that the nucleus is centrally located, and this epithelium is found in the walls of the blood vessels and air sacs of the lungs, and the function is that it helps or involved in the diffusion of gases and other substances. Now come to the next slide, that is striated muscles or skeletal muscles. Now these muscle fibers are long and cylindrical, and they are multinucleated, and they are covered by a membrane called sarcolemma. Then sarcolemma, here you will find it encloses the sarcoplasm, and in which you will find the myofibrils are arranged. Myofibrils, here you will find they are having the alternate dark and light bands. Striated fibers are attached to the skeleton. So, and that's why it is under our will. So, it is a voluntary muscles. Now next slide is non-striated or smooth muscles. Now here fibers of these muscles are extremely long and spindle shaped. Here nucleus is centrally located, and you will find there is no striations. So that's why it is known as non-striated or smooth muscles. These muscles, they are found in the walls of the internal organs like blood vessel, stomach and intestine. These muscles are also known as involuntary muscles because they are not under our will. The next slide is cardiac muscles. Now cardiac muscles, here the muscle fibers, you can see here, they are branched, they are uninucleate and much shorter than the striated muscles which you have seen earlier. And here you will find that they are longitudinally, the striations you will find both the way longitudinally as well as transversely, and here you will find the intercalated disc, These are interconnected discs are the main characteristics of the cardiac muscles, and these muscles are found in the walls of the heart, and they are also involuntary in nature. And involuntary means they are not under the control of our will, and they contract rhythmically throughout the life without getting fatigue. Next slide is human blood smear. The human blood consists of three different types of cells: RBC, which is also known as erythrocyte, then WBC, which is also known as leukocyte, and platelets. The third one is the platelet. Now come to the RBC. RBC, that is the red blood cell, they are circular, biconcave, disc shaped cells, and they are enucleate, means without nuclei. Their central part is thinner than the margin, and they are found abundantly in the blood. This is all about RBC. Now next is about the WBC, that is leukocyte. Now WBCs are rounded or irregular in shape. They are nucleated, and they are lesser in number, and they range from 6000 to 8000 per ml of blood. They are of two types, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes, it consists of granules in the cytoplasm, and these granulocytes are further divided into three types. One is eosinophil, that is also known as acidophils. Then next is the basophil, and the third one is the neutrophil. Now eosinophil, they are large in size and contain bilobed nucleus. Basophil, their nucleus is S-shaped. Neutrophils, their nucleus has many lobes. Now next is the agranulocyte. Agranulocytes, they do not contain granules in the cytoplasm, and they are further divided into two types, that is monocytes and lymphocytes. Monocytes, they are largest of all the leukocytes. They have kidney shaped nucleus, and the lymphocytes, they are slightly bigger than the RBCs with spherical nucleus. Now the last type of blood cells are the platelets. Now in the platelets, they are small cell fragments and they lack nuclei, and they always appear in cluster, and they are violet granules. Now after doing all these slides, after placing here and removing, and one by one you have to do, and like that after doing all these things, then you have to go for the observation and comments. Okay, and here you have to whatever you have learned here till now, whatever I have explained, this is called the procedure part. Children, you have seen the slides where I have shown you the how the squamous epithelium or the blood smear, how it looks under the microscope, and how you are going to draw, that I have shown you. Now you look at the this diagram. Now when you are going to write in your practical notebook, so you have to maintain one thing. Now suppose this is your practical page, that practical notebook. This is the left side of the practical notebook, this is the right side. This one is the that ruled side, this is the ruled one, and this is the that plain side. Now what you are going to do, suppose you are drawing the squamous epithelium. So first you draw the diagram, below that you write down squamous epithelium, and the labeling of this diagram always you do towards the right side. Now suppose this one you are showing, so you write down this is the membrane, cell membrane. Okay, cell membrane, like this you will write. Clear? Now this you want to show the nucleus, you write down nucleus. So like this you have to do. So all the labeling you always write in the right hand side. So this diagram you will find it will look good, and this is the way how we have to write. Here you will write this is the basement. Okay, this is the basement membrane. Clear? So in this way you will write, and below you will write whatever the diagram you have done, that structure name you are going to write here in the notebook. And this in the same notebook, in the same page, just opposite of this plain one, in the rule side you are going to give the heading squamous epithelium, then you write down the comments, you underline, and then whatever the comments are there which I have shown in the PPT, so those comments 1, 2, 3 like that you go on writing here. Okay. So I think you have understood that how to write the practicals and all the structures, how to label it, drawing and the comments you have understood. So this is how you have to do in your practical record. So this is all about your permanent slide of animal tissue. Okay, thank you.